Just imagine one day your body suddenly starts disappearing. Something similar happens to Sue, who was daydreaming about her favorite superhero. When she woke up, she saw that the entire class was empty. She picked up his bag and left. Her father, Christoph, had come to pick her up. Their plan was to give her mother a birthday surprise. Sue wanted to surprise her mother and get a little love from her, because she was often busy with work. Coming to the lab, they were preparing for the surprise, and then the fire alarm got activated as soon as the candle was lit. Maria and her team reached there. Maria is furious to see them, as she has left an important conference midway. She started shouting at them. Sue was outraged, seeing that Maria didn't care about her feelings at all, and she angrily threw the cake. The cake hit a machine, after which there was a stir in the lab. Out of fear, Sue unknowingly pressed the controls. As a result, the lab temperature got increased. After this, she heard a robotic voice, but she didn't understand anything. She reached the reactor, but only then there was a huge explosion in the lab. Fortunately, Sue was not seriously injured in the explosion, but there was a blue light under her injury. She had already done so much mess, so she didn't think it right to tell anything to anyone. The next morning, Sue noticed that her left hand was disappeared. Seeing this strange thing, she got scared. After that, she went to school with Christoph, who was going abroad for work. While checking her locker, Toby came across. He used to read Supermoon comic, which was also Sue's favorite book. Then Eileen and her friends also came there, who often used to bully her. While Eileen was talking to Toby, Sue disappeared and went into the lavatory, where a girl saw her while washing her hands. She felt that there might be a ghost in the lavatory, but as soon as she washed her hands, she started appearing again. Sue couldn't understand anything, so she decides to visit Maria. Her mother was startled to hear this, and she asked to do some tests on Sue, but Sue flatly refused. She knew that this experiment of her mother could change the lives of people. Actually, this chemical must have mixed in Sue's blood during the blast. Due to this, she had got the power to disappear, which gets activated by touching hot things, and it would last till it was in a warm place. Maria forbade Sue to leave the house until she could find a way. Maria and her team performed some tests on Sue, during which they came to know that at the time of Sue's disappearance, whatever she grabs will also vanish with her. Maria was afraid that someone might use her daughter's powers for some wrongdoing, so she decided to stop her experiment. Sue was against this thing and left angrily. After leaving the lab, she sleeps in the basement of the school. Then Kaya woke her up. Despite her young age, she was a mastermind of technology, and everyone used to call her App in school. Then they went to a nearby restaurant, where Sue tells Kaya about her power. Eileen also reached there and started making fun of Kaya. Sue disappears and throws food at Eileen. Kaya was surprised to see this. Meanwhile, Dr. Jonas Drill, the owner of the research facility, watched the video of Maria performing her experiment. On reaching home, Maria woke Sue from her sleep. Only then some goons entered the house and kidnapped her. Sue couldn't understand anything when she woke up. Only Maria's screams could be heard. After a while, Sue understood what was going on, so she made herself disappear so that no one could see her, and tried calling her father to ask for help. But Christoph didn't pick up the call, because he was busy with work. After this she met Toby, and after telling him everything asked for his help. It has never happened when a girl is in trouble and a boy says no. The next morning they went back to the car, so that with the help of Maria's laptop, they could find out something. Only then she got a call, asking them to quietly go inside the car trunk. Both of them quietly followed the order, and lay down in the trunk of the car, after which they heard the voices of Dr. Drill's goons. When the trunk was opened, her friend Kaya was standing there, the one who defeated Dr. Drill's goons with her technical knowledge. But still, Sue had to save her mother. That's why she decided to go inside the lab. She made Toby and herself disappear, and entered the building to find Maria. They couldn't find her, but Toby found Maria's phone. By then Dr. Drill also reached there, and they both ran away at the right time. After leaving there, Kaya took her to Aunt Laura's house, who called Sue to meet in private. In fact, Aunt Laura already knew Maria, as they were partners at one point in time. She had told Maria to be careful earlier also. Meanwhile, Kaya also took out Maria's last shot video from her phone. In Maria's bag, they also found Alfred, who was actually Maria's AI assistant. Through Alfred, they learned that the chemicals would not react with anyone's blood other than Sue's. Maria tried hard to find its antidotes, but she failed. After this, they understood that Dr. Drill is actually behind Sue, so that he can use this chemical on others too. Sue switches beds with Toby at night to protect herself, and her decision was absolutely right, because Dr. Drill's men had also caught her at night. But not finding Sue there, they ran away. and by mistake, an injection was also left, which Tobai found in the morning. The next day Kaya gave her a new suit, with which she could control her powers. While having dinner, Sue gets a call from Maria, the one who escaped from the kidnappers. She asked her to reach the old market after an hour. On reaching the market, the three friends saw that Dr. Drill's men were also hovering there. On seeing them, they ran away picking up the pizza delivery bike. But they didn't know that Maria's partner Linnea was following them. With the help of Alfred, they found Maria's last location, and following it reached the abandoned factory. Tobai thinks it's a trap and Maria is also involved in that, so they should leave. Sue got angry and started teasing him. She also angrily told him to attend the stupid Halloween party with Eileen. Tobai felt very bad and he left. Kaya and Sue were surrounded by drones, so they hide somewhere till nightfall. When it got dark, she planned to throw that special chemical and make blast it, so that Dr. Drill and his men get distracted, and both of them can easily run away from there. The explosion knocked Sue unconscious, and when she woke up she was in her room with Maria. Maria asks her about her friends. Sue informs Kaya is still waiting for her at the factory, and Tobai will be with Eileen. Then Maria left the room, and only then Sue realized that she was locked in her own room, and now there is no way to get out. Actually, she was Linnea, not Maria. She injects Sue's blood into her body. When she fainted to get power, Sue got to know about all these things. With the help of Alfred, Maria picked up Kaya from the factory, and then rushed to rescue her daughter. At first, Sue doubted whether she was really her mother or not, but to dispel his suspicions, Maria turned on Alfred, because Alfred could only be run with her family's DNA. After this, they set out to save Tobai, because she knows that Linnea will try very hard to destroy all the evidence. On the way, Maria gives Sue an antidote, which will reinstate her. But now Sue didn't want to lose her powers. On reaching the party, she saw Eileen dancing with Tobai. After a while, she went to get a drink for herself. But on the way, she scolded her friend badly. But Sue had never seen her fighting with her friends. Sue realizes that it is not the real Eileen but Linnea. She asks Kaya to switch on the fog machine to save Tobai from Linnea's clutches. Soon there was fog everywhere. Sue apologized to Tobai and inject an antidote into Linnea's body. Then they took Linnea to the terrace, in a state of unconsciousness. Aunt Laura was already there. Actually, she was behind all this, because she wanted to get those powers from Sue's blood. Linnea also used to work for her. She also got Sue's parents kidnapped. Sue was not scared, but she injected antidote into her own body, so that no one can take advantage of her powers. Kaya attaches a device to Aunt Laura's wheelchair, after which her wheelchair got in control, and moving around parking. In the same way, these friends together defeated her. But then suddenly Sue fainted again. When she woke up, she was at her house with her parents. It turns out that the antidote had failed, and Sue still had vanishing powers. In the end, we see Linnea was also having the power of changing appearance. That is all for today. If you like the video then like it, and subscribe to the channel as well. Thanks for watching.